Latin, country, pop, rock and roll, all in one station, mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented or submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Hey, good morning, or should I say afternoon. Welcome to the Daily Buzz Radio Show. It's May the 1st, everybody. First of the month. You know, we got a lot of plans, a lot of great things going on this month here at the radio station. So welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Buzz Radio Show. If you're listening on 91.1 FM, The Boss, welcome. If you're streaming us live on social media, hello, how y'all doing? We're going to have an awesome show today with the young lady from Smart Device Angel, so y'all be sure to check us out. But first, I want to go into some news that I found this morning. And actually, for those of you who watch on a daily, y'all know that Taylor's usually with me, and she was sick today. She wasn't feeling really well, so I'll be doing it by myself today. But really quick, I want to talk about some news. So there was actually a tire heist that I found this morning online in Louisiana, at Slidell, Louisiana, at the Chevrolet dealership over there, where there was 150 different cars where all of their rims and tires were stolen and just kind of left on bricks out there, that's pretty sad, right? I mean, you offer these people in this community, you know, these cars and the dealership, and you try to make money to bring money into the towns, people, things like that for the city, and boom, you get something like that happens. But, you know, you also got to think, like, all the hard work that went into that. I know that took some time, 150 different cars. But anyway, I hope they find the people that stole all of that stuff, and they prosecute them, because that's pretty ridiculous that they would do something like that. But also, I saw this morning, for all you Disney lovers out there, the Walt Disney World and Disneyland out in California have completely banned cigarette smoking, any type of smoking out there, whether it be a vape pen or just a cigarette butt or whatever. They completely banned it, which is pretty good, because it is a family amusement park. I don't know why they didn't do it a long time ago, but today was the first official day that they've started that ban. So that's pretty cool that they did that. Also, I found something quite interesting this morning. It was pretty funny, to say the least. But there was a man in northern Mexico that dug a hole in his ex-girlfriend's backyard to spy on her, and got stuck in the hole. And they had to call the police out for them to come and save him, because he couldn't get out. He was stuck in there, which is pretty ridiculous, if I say. But I don't know what goes through somebody's head that would want them to dig a hole in their ex-girlfriend's backyard. And if you're watching, y'all got to comment on this, because I think it's pretty hilarious. Where he gets stuck, he digs a hole big enough where he can fit in, but he gets stuck and can't get out. I don't understand how somebody could do that. But anyway, last but not least, I have something pretty cool here for our spring people. The owners, the business owners from Old Town Spring there, like our buddies from Black House Cigars, Prohibition, Texas, Envy Wine Room, everybody that's been on our show, the Daily Buzz Radio Show. Yesterday, they had ABC 13, the news channel, out there doing a segment on them, which is pretty cool, because, you know, they're trying to get more traffic out there. And so I think one of the ABC 13 newscasters was out there and doing segments on each little location. So congratulations to all of y'all that did that. I believe my brother Bradley Morrow over at Black House Cigars was able to get his little segment in there. He was talking about it a little yesterday. So congratulations, Bradley. Also, talking about spring, there was a new company that was created just recently, and I saw this morning. It goes by the name of Tortilla Life, and basically this company in Spring has created life-size blankets and towels that look like tortillas. So all you Cinco de Mayo margarita lovers and like eating Spanish food or Taco Tuesdays, y'all need to go check them out, because they got some cool stuff that they're doing over there. They even have regular t-shirts incorporated with screen printing on the front of the t-shirt where it actually looks like tortillas. So you may get like a Jesus face that looks like a tortilla, or like an Adidas sign with the tortilla on it, which is pretty cool for all you Hispanic people or of Latin culture. So y'all be sure to check them out. But I think that's it for news, and I actually need to take a quick commercial break, so y'all don't go anywhere, but we'll be right back after these messages.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Iris Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsirisfloral.com and barbsirisfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmount Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Today with Cachet, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 to 10:30. 91.1 The Boss. Watch me live, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget, 91.1 The Boss. Today with Cachet.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Could your business use more customers? Could your business use more online traffic? Sponsor with 91.1 The Boss radio station and let our multimedia radio station promote your business. Contact us today at 713-370-5051.
Xavier Academy is a full-service, accredited private school offering personalized curriculum and extraordinarily low student-to-teacher ratio. We emphasize academic success, personal growth, and social skills in a rich and stimulating environment. Xavier Academy The Woodlands offers summer school tutoring and credit recovery through the end of July. The Woodlands campus will be hosting an information session on April 24, 2019 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our website, www.xavieracademy.org or 713-389-5545.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
Do you want to make your college experience different? Become an intern with 91.1 The Boss. We are interviewing interns today. Contact us at 713-370-5051.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to the Daily Buzz Radio Show. I'm Trey Simbera. So really quick at this point, I want to go into our celebrity birthdays so I can bring in our lovely guest here, Jasenia, in a few minutes. But today, for those of you who are the big 50 Shades of Grey watchers or have seen the couple of movies that have come out, today is Jamie Dornan's birthday. He's 36, so happy birthday, Jamie. As well as James Murray. He turns 42. He's a comedian for those of you who are big on the Comedy Central channel. Also, a country artist, Tim McGraw. You can't forget about him. He turns 51. And Wes Welker from the New England Patriots turns 37. So congratulations and happy birthday to all of you lovely celebrities. But without further ado, I'd like to bring in my guest, Jasenia from Smart Device Angel. Welcome, Jasenia. How are you?
Hi, Trey. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So tell me a little bit about how you came about putting the Smart Device Angel company together. I guess give me a little history and background on yourself.
Sure, no problem. So Smart Device Angel came about because, so my history and my day job and my current trade is I'm a systems engineer for Cisco Systems, which is a large IT company. So I've gained a lot of training in the technical world and aspect with that company. And so Smart Device Angel sort of branched off of that because I saw, a lot of users were still technically challenged. Mm-hmm. So, I've been spending 6 years in the company now for Cisco. And so my mission is to educate the technically challenged on, adopting technical devices, adopting smart devices. So Smart Device Angel, the breakdown of that name is smart device. What does that mean? So this is a smartphone. People would, consider this a smartphone, Android smartphone. So smart device encompasses not only the phone, but light bulbs, Alexa, Google Home, laptops, things like that. All of these multiple devices that we have now proliferating the internet. Yeah. So people have, our older generation, more of like our baby boomers and stuff, they have been bestowed this technology. Now our baby boomers, they're probably only focused on a couple of apps, maybe just these first two, calling and texting, right? Mm-hmm. And I would say you are doing an injustice to yourself if you own a device like this and all you're doing is calling and texting. Yeah. There's so many capabilities of this phone, so many applications that we can run. So Smart Device Angel is aimed to help those who are technically challenged. Now, technically challenged, what is my my definition of someone who is technically challenged? So, as I mentioned, about if you're only calling and texting, right? Because you have so many capabilities. You're able to pay bills. You're able to FaceTime and see somebody on video. You're able to stream this show right now from your phone if you were sitting somewhere at a coffee shop waiting on your coffee instead of having to run out to the car and tune into the radio. Yep. You have that accessibility and that power in your hands, and now I'm just kind of enabling you on that education. And my approach on the education, I take this back from whenever I was younger and I was trying to learn how to drive. So whenever I was told, oh, you're going to have to take an exam and then you're going to have to drive around and then you're going to have to learn how to parallel park. I was like, what? I have to learn how to parallel park and then drive? Like, I have to take a test on this stuff? Like, I don't know any of this stuff. And when I expressed that to my mother, she's like, oh, well, there's a driver's ed course. So let's put you in that and you'll drive around with the instructor. And that course, that education was very helpful. And it was very helpful because I was sitting in the driver's side, sure, I was in control, but my instructor, he had his wheel, he had his gas pedal and brake pedal, and as we were driving along, if I made a mistake or if I felt uncomfortable of what was happening, he could take over. Yes. He could educate me and coach me on the correct approach to how to drive my vehicle. So basically what I'm doing for individuals is I'm their driver's ed instructor for the technical challenges that they have in their life. And this is important to me, and technology is a passion for me now. I've been in technology for well over 10 years. I actually started when I was in the Navy for 5 years. I was an information systems technician. So that was my introduction to technology. I didn't grow up with like a laptop in a garage sitting there, coding things. I didn't,
Okay, Bill Gates.
Right. Unfortunately, I was not Bill Gates. I grew up with a single mother. She worked very hard to provide for us, but we didn't have a computer. We didn't have any of those things in our house. And so I developed this passion because of, I guess I would say critical thinking and my want to solve issues and solve problems and solve challenges, right, and help other people. And communication and education is a big thing for me. I believe that those are very important aspects of our lives that you should, always consider investing yourself into. So, your education and your ability to communicate with people it's important in how you want to share messages with people.
Now, for those who are watching who might be technically challenged, what are some of the most popular, I guess, questions that you get asked? Right. Because, people basically have the world in their hands. They can do anything. My father, he can lock his house from his cell phone, and he could be 50 miles away from his house. Right. And he can unlock it as well. So whenever they call you, what are questions that you hear or ask, or what are questions that they ask that help them move along through the process with maybe getting training or more education?
Right, and kind of like facing their fear, I guess, facing that challenge. So it's not a challenge anymore. Right. So one big thing I would say is, Bluetooth. So I see us driving in Houston, right? You've driven in Houston. It's kind of scary sometimes. But I see drivers doing this all the time. And I'm like, you have a 2000, an older car, or younger car, I guess, and it's capable of Bluetooth. You could be hands-free like this. So one large thing I would say is the Bluetooth capability. People don't, I guess they don't understand it. It's kind of a process of how to set it up with your truck or your car, or whatever it is. But that's one large thing. And now that I'm a mother, I think it's important for people to be able to try to pay attention as much as they can. If you can take phone calls while you're driving, I'm not against being productive while you're driving. We drive on the Houston roads for a long time, so taking phone calls isn't impossible. But I don't think you should be like this. Just be a little safer. That's a big one. And then a big one is just grandparents in general who want to communicate with their grandchildren or the younger generations, right? The younger generations, my baby right now, she's already seen all of these phones already. My grandmother hasn't seen these phones until she was in her 60s. Yep. So that's a big thing is, she expects for us to pick up this device and then go to the cell phone feature and then just be on the phone with her for an hour. And I love her to death. I love all my family to death, but it's just difficult, right, to make that time to call people, right, and just talk for an hour. So my philosophy is if your grandchildren are using these different platforms, for example, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Skype, right, and they're communicating with their friends or their other people that they communicate with in that manner, I can educate you to also communicate with your loved one that way. That way you're not feeling like you're the one who's left behind or you're being, kind of stonewalled out because you don't understand it. And I say it's important for grandparents because there's that saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yep. I don't believe in that saying. I think, the more education, the more you want to learn, the younger it makes your brain, and you have, the ability to stay with the younger generation, they keep you young, I guess you can say, you can communicate with them. Right. And then instead of going to your family reunion mijo, show me how to do this, and you're like, Grandma already told you 10 times how to do it, stop asking me, please. You know what I mean? I can educate them and show them in a way with visuals. I even have documents that I've made into test sheets, if that's how they want to learn, and I'm not going to make them have a test and things like that, but if that's how people want to learn,
some people learn visually,
right, visually, or just by writing, I have fill in the blanks information, and that way it embeds it. And not only that, but bring me your device and let's walk through it. I can show you how to download things. I can show you what is the App Store, what do you mean by App Store. I can show you what app even means. App is an application. Facebook, Instagram, those are considered applications. And besides the social media stuff, there are so many more out there that can bring more efficiencies into your life. You can pay your bills online. I know some people are a little hesitant to pay their bills online because of digital transactions, but please explain to me what you're doing when you go to the bank and you write a check and you give it to the bank. They are digitally transacting it to whoever you're paying the bill. You don't take $400 from the bank, drive over to Jeep and say, okay, here's my $400 car payment, right? You're writing the check, they're digitally removing it from your account into Jeep's account. So let's take away that step of you even needing to get in your car and go to the bank. You can do it from home. You can download the transaction history if you need to have that history to prove, in the future, no, I paid this bill. We can keep that and create, print that out and you keep that in your files if that's what you want to do, but you don't have to drive to the bank to physically.
And it does make it a lot easier, though. I mean, it's paper efficient. I mean, paperless. When you go paperless, I know that's a big thing for the world and the economy. Or just going green, right? Going paperless, and then you just have everything at the touch of a button. It only takes me probably tapping on 3 or 4 different screens to pay my light bill.
Right.
It's not difficult. It's very simple. But for you to be putting these classes together, and I think we mentioned it a little bit before we went on air, that you put on these webinars, correct?
Yes. I'm going to start hosting webinars. I'm still a one-woman show, so I'm still in the infancy of my company, and I'm actually looking to hire people to add to my team. But yes, I can host a webinar if you are able and capable of learning, remotely. Some people would prefer, kind of like that driver's ed scenario, someone there to kind of, someone kind of there physically to, no, let's steer this way, so we can do that as well. I'm open to either or, but yes, I have capabilities of sending out an application where you just call me over a camera and I can see you, over your laptop or your phone, and then we can walk through some things like that too. So.
Are there any certain requirements that people need to go through these courses or this training with you?
Yes, I have one big requirement, and it would be to just have an open mind and be coachable.
Okay.
So, because it is, technology is challenging. The network engineers that I work with, whenever they complain about, the switch came down, and I know these probably seem like foreign words, the switch came down and this isn't working. Well, technology is challenging. It needs software updates. That way we don't create a vulnerability. That way we're not creating that security vulnerability in that network. So you need to constantly stay up with what the updates are. And so I would say, just kind of have an open mind, because technology is confusing, but I think it's just a miscommunication of like the language. Some words that we use in technology, they just sound foreign to people, and I can kind of help you define what those mean and how that applies to your life and how it can help you.
So we also touched base very quickly, or briefly I should say, about when people don't know how to interact with their cell phones the way they should, and then they take a company cell phone and are riding around, and you were talking about malware and different viruses, things that they can get on their phone or people can extract from their phone without them even knowing.
Right.
That's something that's very important for, say, a company like yours or a Fortune 500 company, where they give every employee a cell phone to have.
Right.
And they have to keep things under wraps, or on restriction mode, or maybe the safe mode or safe lock mode, whatever terminology that is used for that. But that could be something where people can get identification numbers or account numbers, account information, and so it makes it very crucial and critical that people know how to work these smartphones or smart devices, because if not, it could cause a lot of pain or trouble for somebody.
Right. Absolutely. No, I absolutely agree with you. I don't in technology, I do not believe that ignorance is bliss. But I also don't think that it's something you should be afraid of. We talk about malware and these things, but I think you ignoring it because you're afraid of it, that's not going to help us either. You know what I mean? At least be educated on it, of your approach and the to-dos and not to-dos in that situation. So my advice in a situation like that would be, just my basic advice to any basic users would be, if you receive an email, a text message, a Facebook message, anything from anyone that you recognize as one of your friends, but it's such a random message like, hey, this is you, or click here for $1 million, whatever, please don't click on it. Just whatever you do, please don't click on it. Nobody's giving you free money. I'm sorry, but just do not click on it, because those are usually ways for them to kind of fish out who is the vulnerability here, who's going to actually fall for it.
And there's people out there that actually put things together for them to fall into those traps.
Yes.
And it's kind of sad that they do that, because they take advantage of these people who don't know, but it's really out there. And people need to be knowledgeable on it. So
educate yourself so that you know what to look for, and then that way, you're not one of the ones who falls a victim. But for the example for like my company, yes, you're absolutely right. So Cisco Systems, they technically pay for the cell phone, so they have what we call clients on here, and they protect us from if we accidentally click on a link. And Cisco also tests us, so they send out emails and text messages and stuff like that with links like, the CEO said you need to look at this, or some kind of information where you feel like rushed, like, oh my god, I have to do it now, and you click on it, and so they test us, and if you fail at it, they're like, you're in IT, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Okay.
And, right. So, and it happens in the IT world. So I just feel like if this knowledge is more shared and more people have an understanding of what they're doing on the internet and how they can stay safe, I think it'll just be better for everyone in the long run. And I wouldn't be so fearful about all of the malwares, and no, I'm not saying it can't happen or won't happen. It does happen, but for you to educate yourself and take better advantage of this small computer, because it's technically what it is, a small computer in your pocket. There's so many great features and stuff that you can do with this to bring efficiency into your lives where you're not putting yourself in a vulnerability. You just got to learn about, how to protect yourself in that situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And for all of those who are still watching, where is somewhere that they can get some information based on the company that you put together, Smart Device Angel?
Yes. So I have a website, www.smartdeviceangel.com. Or you can also visit my Instagram page at Smart Device Angel, and then Facebook would be the same thing, Smart Device Angel. And then I also, through all those different platforms, my email address is in there and my phone number is in there. I'm open to having a discussion of whatever the challenge may be. I put in my website, I'm open to any discussion that relates to, whether Android, Apple device that connects to the internet. If you have an Alexa, a Google Chrome, you want to learn how to figure out how to turn off your lights with the Alexa, I can help you, kind of navigate that type of configuration and show you, not just kind of go into your house and like, oh, this is how you do the light bulb, but show you what to do in the event that, like, if the power goes out and then it's not connected anymore. Let's take that step of how you can troubleshoot that yourself and start enabling yourself to, turn these products back on so you don't become frustrated and stop using them.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you. We actually have to take a quick commercial break, but after that, we'll come back with some more information because I think what you have is really great for a lot of people that are out watching or listening, tuned in right now. So y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Iris Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsirisfloral.com and barbsirisfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Today with Cachet every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 to 10:30. 91.1 The Boss. Watch me live, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget, 91.1 The Boss. Today with Cachet.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Could your business use more customers? Could your business use more online traffic? Sponsor with 91.1 The Boss radio station and let our multimedia radio station promote your business. Contact us today at 713-370-5051.
Xavier Academy is a full-service, accredited private school offering personalized curriculum and extraordinarily low student-to-teacher ratio. We emphasize academic success, personal growth, and social skills in a rich and stimulating environment. Xavier Academy The Woodlands offers summer school tutoring and credit recovery through the end of July. The Woodlands campus will be hosting an information session on April 24, 2019 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our website, www.xavieracademy.org or 713-389-5545.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
Do you want to make your college experience different? Become an intern with 91.1 The Boss. We are interviewing interns today. Contact us at 713-370-5051.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the Daily Buzz Radio Show. I'm your host, Trace Simbera, along with here Jasenia with Smart Device Angel. So thank you again, Jasenia, for being with me. So during our commercial break, we were talking about a few of the things because just recently she created Smart Device Angel.
Yes.
And she's looking for new clients. She's willing to do the webinars for y'all, maybe some consultation over the phone if y'all want to reach her. But I was asking, is there any restriction on where people live, whether or not they can get the services that you provide?
Right. And I think that's where the webinar could come into play, but I do still work my Cisco IT job, and that's not, restricted to only the Woodlands. I do drive across Houston, so if we can have a conversation, and I can sort of pencil you in with a meeting that I may have. If you're in the Galleria area, or if you're in downtown Houston, something like that, I can sort of coincide that with after that meeting or before that meeting. We can have those discussions and try to figure it out. But I would prefer to have a call, just so that we understand what your challenge is, because it might not be something that I can help you with.
Okay.
I'm not trying to set up someone's security system or cameras or anything like that. I don't do installations. So
Okay.
my focus is on what you've already invested in, right?
Yep.
If you've invested over $1,000 on a cell phone and all you're doing is calling, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So my focus is on helping you, take advantage of your investment that you've already made. So
Now, what are your hours? Because you do have a regular daytime job. So when are you available?
So again, as I mentioned, just kind of call me and get on my schedule. So for my Cisco job, we don't necessarily have 9 to 5 sort of restriction.
Okay.
We have clients, so I support public sector customers that live out here in the Houston area. So like Conroe ISD or Fort Bend County down south, and Galveston, all the way down in
wow.
Galveston, right?
Okay.
So I don't work a 9 to 5, but if I have time, if I'm not servicing my clients and I'm helping, in that world, then I'd be happy to, pencil you in and work with you that day too. And, that's just until I figure out, my team and everything. I'm still a pretty new company. I'm less than a month old, so I'm still, figuring out my niche, I guess you could say, of where I can play well. But, my overall goal is just to help people. If I'm not the right person who can help you install your security camera, maybe I can help you figure out how to do research and finding a better company to do that. It's just to help you.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, I want to bring something up, because I know there's a lot of parents, like you said, you're a parent, I'm a parent as well, where young kids, they may be crying and they want to, Mommy, I want your phone, or Daddy, I want your phone, and you give it to them, and then it goes into airplane mode or locks you out or something. Right. And I know people that are maybe technically challenged don't know how to turn it off, or how do I turn off this light, or how do I get it off of airplane mode? It happens all the time.
Right.
Why did I get locked out? Why can't I put my passcode in? Do you do any of those types of things as well, or do you just help them with getting into the cell phone and trying to figure out how to be educational on the apps, things like that?
No, I can absolutely do that. I actually have an example of that. One time my brother, I don't know if it was when he was going to Lone Star. I don't know what somebody sent him, but his phone was locked out, and it was crazy. It was like a black screen, and it just had what you see on Hollywood, pretty much, the command line, just the letters, black and white, black background, white letters. And he was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I've reset it. I've taken out the battery. I don't think it was the battery, but I've reset it, and I've done all this stuff, and nothing's going on." And so I helped him in that situation. He got locked out, right? And then the message said, pay us $500 to get back into your phone.
Whoa.
And I was like, no way. I was like, we're not paying $500. No.
Somebody's trying to get you, man.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're not paying $500. So I did research, right? And I helped him. I figured out, and we did it. We rebooted the phone. It's like a computer, so you can reboot it, kind of back it up from what you were last using, and kind of continue to use it from there. So we did figure that out. So I'd be willing to help parents, figure out how to get back into their devices if their child locked them out. But I believe, so my child, she's still really little. She's 8 months. I do give her my phone, but it's already locked, so she doesn't go into the apps. But I believe there's a child mode in the phone.
Kids mode.
So, right, kids
they just
mode.
play on a little drawing board or...
Right, but you're right. For people who get locked out, no, I'd be willing to help people on that. I just haven't experienced
technical
that.
issues, right?
Yeah, technical issues. Yeah, something where this device is just driving you nuts, and you're like, why doesn't this work? Because sometimes, we want to blame the device. Oh, the internet's not working. Oh, this isn't working. But 90% of the time, it's human error. It's just us not understanding what's actually happening with the device. So this device is only as smart as you use it.
Okay.
So, just kind of...
Now, I have to ask, because it seems like you got an iPhone and an Android phone here.
Yes.
What is your preference? What do you think is easier to use?
So preference and easier to use are two different definitions in my eyes. So easier to use would be the iPhone.
Okay.
Easy to use. Great for if you're just trying to, do basic functionality and you just need to get to your task immediately. But Android, I love my Android phone. This is the one that I use primarily, and it's just because of the customizations. I have my work email right here separate from my personal email. So it's just, the customizations of being able to customize it to how you use it. And I think it's just because I'm more technically savvy, so I'm comfortable with this device. But as far as ease of use and how you can kind of learn and get comfortable within the technical world, I would say iPhone's a good introduction for that. It's just the price tag on it is a little steep.
It is.
For the device, but it is the way that they approach things, and I love my MacBook Pro. I would say I do love this because when I have to do a software update, it's quick. It's not like, and software updates are a necessary evil that we have to do in order to not become a security vulnerability.
So I feel like whenever I have my Android phones, it always sends me a software update, like once every 2 weeks. I feel like if I keep doing that, my phone's going to crash, right? I know people feel like that sometimes. I can't be the only one.
Right. No, they're just necessary.
But they are important. They're necessary, right? Because there's different software and things that are updating all the time. Doesn't necessarily mean that the phone is having an update, but something in the phone needs to be updated, right?
Right, exactly.
And that's kind of another reason why computers always have to have the update as well.
Exactly.
And you need an update of maybe firmware or antivirus, something like that, to protect your phone or your smart device from maybe crashing or getting some type of virus.
Right. And the reason for that, just a quick example. So I think the iPhone was introduced in 2008. So in 2008, there was no application for Snapchat. There was no application for Instagram. I don't even think those companies existed at that time. So if you fast forward to the time when those companies started to exist, how do you support those applications without doing an update? You can't support them on an old operating system that was never even introduced to that application. So you kind of have to do those updates to introduce them to new concepts that are out on the internet. And yes, sometimes there's bad concepts, but that's why you do the new concepts. That way the security is better protecting you as well as just giving you access to better applications or whatever it is.
Now, is that another reason why phone companies come out with telephones every 6 months?
So I think
for the updates, they keep coming out with apps, and I can't keep
every
up.
year.
I just I'm gonna keep my old phone, and I'm not gonna worry about doing no updates no more.
Yes. Yeah, I think a big thing is because I hear that a lot within Cisco as well. Having to replace a hardware type device so frequently. They're like, why can't this just work? Why doesn't it just continue to work? And it's because the chips that are in here, if you think of like a brain processor, right? It's like you're putting these commands on something. Like if it was, a doctor, you're asking a doctor, how do you do surgery on this person? But if you're asking an infant's brain, the infant isn't going to know. It has to be developed and worked on and piled onto and, exposed and experienced. So it's sort of like that. So the hardware, the brains of it can't keep up with the intelligence of the tasks that you're asking it to do. So I think that's why hardware.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the reason they do it so frequently now is because, so back, I would say, I'm not sure what the years, but there's a photo out there of like the first 500 kilobit hard drive, and it's like this massive, it's like the size of this room. It's this huge server thing, and you can only hold like maybe half of a photo on there. Like that's how small the capability of that memory is, and it's such a big behemoth of a device. And as you see that now, like, how many photos can I hold on this? I have hundreds of photos on my daughter on here, and it's so small, right? So as we develop and go, technology becomes more developed and more smaller, and it becomes cheaper to develop. And I think that's why they develop more hardware devices for you to buy instead of just like asking you to, because it's cheaper for them to just make a new, better device. And even though it is a pain, to migrate everything, they're trying to like ease that too. But there is sort of a reasoning for updating your hardware. But if you're not doing anything that's crazy, like streaming or doing anything like that constantly, you shouldn't need a most up-to-date phone. Your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an older generation, so this is an S9, and then this is the iPhone X. But I choose to use the S9 more than the iPhone X.
More frequently.
Right.
Okay. Now I have to ask because this is very important to me and all the business owners that I bring on. Where do you see the future of Smart Device Angel going?
Where do I see the future? So I think I see the future as eventually becoming sort of a standalone education center, I would hope, and people kind of come in, sort of like the Genius Bar when you go to Apple, right? Like, my MacBook, right? But this is going to be for all technical devices. My vision would be to, have an Alexa there, have a Google Chrome there, a Google Home there, and all these different devices. And if you're considering buying a MacBook Pro over a Chromebook, I could go in there and show you like what the differences would be of why this device would be better than this device, things like that. But I'm not trying to be biased. It would be all on technical information based on your needs.
Okay.
So,
well, that's
and if you're not, because I wouldn't say like some sort of the device of a network engineer would not be the same device as a photographer, I would say. That would be two different capabilities.
Okay. All right. Well, I like it. And if you would, Jasenia, please give out your contact information again, your social media, so that way there are people that are tuned in or watching live streaming, they can get more information from you if they have any questions.
Sure. So my email is smartdeviceangel@gmail.com. And then my social media, Instagram is @smartdeviceangel. Facebook, you can search for it as well, Smart Device Angel. And then my website is smartdeviceangel.com. And then at the website, you can have access to all of those platforms as well. If you're not a Facebook user, Instagram user, you can go into the website and get all of the data as well. And then if you email me, I'll respond back. And I just want to thank all the listeners for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and I'm willing to teach you guys any technical challenges you might have. So.
Nice. Okay, well, thank you again. It was a pleasure having you in here. Hopefully we can get you back in once you get up and running and get your wheels rolling, because I'm sure you're going to get busy pretty fast. I mean, we're the fourth largest city in the nation, so I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that could use the help, especially here in our northern part of Houston. I mean, we've got a few million people that live over here just on its own. So thank you again for coming, and I look forward to having you on again. But I think we need to take a quick commercial break, Ivan, and that way we can come back to some sports and some more celebrity news after the commercial. So y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
For fresh flowers fast, call Barb's Iris Floral at 281-820-2294 with excellent customer service since 1983 for weddings, funeral services, sweet 15s, corporate events, and all occasions. For that special someone you love, barbsirisfloral.com and barbsirisfloralboutique.com. Come on in and pick out of our prestigious gallery at 727 Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Today with Cachet, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 to 10:30. 91.1 The Boss. Watch me live, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget, 91.1 The Boss. Today with Cachet.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Could your business use more customers? Could your business use more online traffic? Sponsor with 91.1 The Boss radio station and let our multimedia radio station promote your business. Contact us today at 713-370-5051.
Xavier Academy is a full-service, accredited private school offering personalized curriculum and extraordinarily low student-to-teacher ratio. We emphasize academic success, personal growth, and social skills in a rich and stimulating environment. Xavier Academy The Woodlands offers summer school tutoring and credit recovery through the end of July. The Woodlands campus will be hosting an information session on April 24, 2019 at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our website, www.xavieracademy.org or 713-389-5545.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
Do you want to make your college experience different? Become an intern with 91.1 The Boss. We are interviewing interns today. Contact us at 713-370-5051.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Daily Buzz Radio Show. I'm Trey Sombera here with y'all. Thanks for staying tuned in and watching. For those of you who just maybe tuned in, y'all missed a great first half of our show, or first three quarters, I guess I should say, with Jacinia from Smart Device Angel. And maybe if you know somebody who's maybe smart device technically challenged, let's say that, right? But needs a little bit of education or training on how to work a smart device, y'all need to make sure that y'all go to the beginning of the segment and watch it. We'll also be posting her information on our website later today, on our social media, on KNLY 91.1 as well. So that way y'all can get whoever y'all need to into some training classes, right? But without further ado, I'd actually like to go into some celebrity news. So a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about a Millennium Tour. They had, if y'all listened to a lot of R&B, which I did in the 2000s as a young teenager, there was Mario, there's B2K, there was a couple of other artists who performed at Smart Financial Center about a week and a half ago or two. And I found some news today that was kind of disturbing, because one of the artists that was performing at the Smart Financial at the Millennium Tour was arrested last night on domestic violence abuse, man. And so Raz B from the group B2K was arrested in Minneapolis over strangulation of his girlfriend, and they actually had to cancel the concert that was going to take place tonight because of it. And so I don't know what's going on with the young man, but if you had to do that to get your point across, that's just not worth it, man. You need to do something with your life or get some help. But for those of you who know who B2K is, they were a pretty big and popular group a while back. Also, we mentioned yesterday, I think Taylor mentioned yesterday, that last night or yesterday was Travis Scott's birthday, and he celebrated, he was turning 28, so they had this big party for him at Universal Studios. Kylie Jenner was there, Kanye was there, Kim Kardashian was there, and it was actually a gas station themed party where they had a Hennessy Slurpee machine and a tattoo station, which was pretty awkward. You don't hear of a Hennessy Slurpee machine, but I bet it tastes pretty good. But they had that, and then after the party, then they went to the after party, because everybody knows what happens there. But that was at Bootsy Bellows in West Hollywood, where other guests such as Quavo from the Migos showed up. Excuse me, G-Eazy, 21 Savage, for all y'all hip-hop artists or people that listen to hip-hop out there. Can't get my words out, sorry. But if y'all tune in or watch any of them, they were all out there partying, celebrating his birthday. And for those who know who Travis Scott is, he's probably the #1 artist to come out of Houston within the last maybe 4 or 5 years. So happy birthday, man, and congratulations on that. But I'd like to go into our event. So yesterday we talked about a ton of events, and me and Taylor were kind of throwing back dates and times, and we had so much I had to write them out for me this morning because I needed to keep up with all the stuff that was going on. So for instance, May the 3rd and 4th is the 6th annual charity tournament, catfish tournament or fishing tournament over at the Plaza Marina, which is on Lake Conroe. It'll take place, I think they're going to have registration starting on Friday and then go into Saturday and a Sunday for the Kids Fish Fest. So if you're a big fisherman or fisherwoman, be sure to go out to Plaza Marina this weekend. They're going to have stuff for the kids, the whole family. For the kids, they're actually allowing them to fish free on May the 4th, which is the following day. So y'all can go out there. I think the grand prize for the biggest fish caught is $1,500, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. And also, on May the 4th, Southern Star Brewery is releasing a new beer during their Star Wars party. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. And if you were watching or tuned in yesterday, you knew that Keith was here from Southern Star Brewery, and we had some cool stuff posted up on our live stream. I think they're going to also be selling Star Wars shirts and the Cinco de Mayo Star Wars Stormtrooper shirts. Have a whole bunch of cool stuff going on over there. So y'all be sure to go check out Southern Star on May the 4th. Also on May the 4th, we're having our Bikes and Bugs event, which was actually at Stafford, Orange Stafford, at the Pubs Fountains at 59 South Freeway, or Southwest Freeway, I should say. But out there, they'll have crawfish, they'll have live rock bands, they'll have music, food, drinks, all that you can eat crawfish pretty much. But my buddy Chris Nelson is putting on the 11th annual event, and it's pretty big. They have a ton of contributors and people that are sponsoring the event, and he was able to raise enough money to raffle off a Harley Davidson Dyna Wide Glide, and as well as two AR-15s, his and hers AR-15. I don't know if we have any pictures up right now, but I think one of them for the men it's the State of the Republic of Texas, which is Cerakoted, custom painted onto the AR-15. And then I think the ladies is, if I'm not mistaken, is Cerakoted like with the Louis Vuitton pattern on it. There we go. Thanks, Ivan. So if y'all are on that side of town or would like to maybe go hang out and meet some of those cool guys, they're going to be doing a lot of awesome stuff that day on May the 4th. So y'all be sure to check them out. I'll probably be out there for a little bit. Also, we have on May the 10th coming up Comic Palooza at NRG Stadium. So for all of you comic heads out there, there's going to be some cool stuff going on over there. I think me and Taylor had agreed to go out there and meet with Clinton from CBD's Nuts because I think he was going to be out there doing some stuff, maybe a live podcast or something. Also, don't forget Nicole Giddens from Ravenel Country Club on May the 20th. She's putting on the Alzheimer's golf tournament. And there will be all types of giveaways. They're giving actually a 2019 Cadillac SUV. I think it's like an XTR, XTD. I'm not sure the model of the vehicle, but I know it's a Cadillac. It's brand new. It's 2019. It's a beautiful truck. So for you golf players out there, be sure to sign up. I think you can get all the information from, Ravenel Country Club, and she can maybe give you all the details if you just message her or find her email there on their website. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the entry for the golf players is $100 or $150. So you can register, and I think Global Live will actually be out there, I think, that day, which is a Monday, May 20th. So for all you big golf players out there, be sure to stop on by. But I think that's it for the events right now. So I think I can probably go into a little bit of some sports, right? Because y'all know I love sports. So anyway, last night the Rockets played the Warriors. It was another tough game. Harden got his eye smashed. Both eyes were bloody. It was just a terrible game. I mean, I think I know the guys played their hearts out, so I'll give them the credit on that. But they lost again. It was 115 to 109. So they come back and play here in Houston for Game 3, which hopefully, cross your fingers, we can get a W. But these guys are playing their heart and their souls out. They're giving all they got. And the Warriors are still beating us. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's bad chemistry, or maybe we're just not hitting shots like we need to. But you guys need to please pull it together. We need a championship. We haven't had one in a long time. But for the Astros people and the baseball players like me, I'm a huge Astros fan. The Astros beat the Twins last night at the Minnesota Twins Stadium 11-0. And there was home runs all over that game. Hit after hit after hit. I couldn't believe it. It was just like everybody was hitting while everybody was missing on the Rockets. But I'm not going to talk about it too much. But congratulations to the Astros for taking that win last night. Their record is now 18-12. And I think they're going to get another win. I believe they play tonight, and I apologize I didn't get the game for tonight, but I'm sure they do. They play almost every day for the next, 3 or 4 months. But I want to go into something really special to me because my older brother, Sean, he graduated from Strake Jesuit, which is a college preparatory school. It's probably the #1 high school in all of Houston surrounding area, next to St. Agnes or things like that. And so there was a video that's been circulating virally for the last 2 days or so about a boy that goes to Strake Jesuit who's a student there. His name's Matthew Bowling, and this guy, they've nicknamed him White Lightning because he's so fast. They had a track meet where he ran a 100-meter dash and sprinted and broke a record here for the Houston area. It was a 9.98 second 100-meter dash, which is only a fourth of a second slower than Usain Bolt, which has a world record. So for him to be doing that, that's why it went viral. But congratulations, man. You're doing something great. And from my understanding, he's only been running for a little bit. He maybe for a couple of years. But there was articles where his dad, I think the newscasters and other people came up to the dad and wanted to know more information. And he was like, the dad said, quote unquote, he said that whenever my son was in middle school, he looked like a deer running across the field. That's how fast he was. So you can just imagine it, and you can probably find it on Facebook or Instagram or something. If you type in White Lightning or Matthew Bowling, you'll be able to see it. So that's awesome, man. Keep it up. Represent Houston, represent Strake, and we're rooting for you. But without further notice on that, I'd like to go into what we always talk about, the business owners, right? We have a lot of business owners that come in daily, on a daily basis, weekly basis, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to own a business. You can be somebody who's maybe putting an event together. If you have a grand opening, or if you're a nonprofit, if you're a charity and you have an event, I would like to get you live on air with me to talk about your business and promote or market or advertise with us through our radio station. You can easily get in contact with me by calling 281-292-7911, or you can message me on my Facebook at Trey Sombera. You can message us on KNLY 91.1 FM, The Boss, on social media. Anywhere and everywhere that you can contact us, give us a call, message us. We will love to have you on. And you don't, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be a business owner. It could be just something, special to you. If you're, for instance, putting on a golf tournament, or, there's been a lot of big events here locally with the crawfish festivals going on. If you have a big crawfish event going on and you want to maybe get the word out, feel free to contact us. I wouldn't mind, putting you on air to talk about your event or your business. Well, just give me a call. You can even reach me by email at tre@radiotheboss.com, and I'd love to speak with you. But with that being said, I'd also like to talk about maybe marketing and PR interns, right? Because that's what I've been looking for. I've been interviewing with them for the last 2 weeks. Or if you're interested in maybe being a sponsorship promoter of the radio station and just joining the team, we hang out at a lot of cool events. We have a lot of stuff going on, but I've been interviewing for that position as well. So if you maybe have some experience with maybe sales, radio, advertisement, broadcasting, communications, public relations, anything like that of that sort, feel free to give us a call again at 281-292-7911. You can also message me or send me your resume at tre@radiotheboss.com. That way we can get you in here and schedule for an interview. I don't discriminate. I don't judge people. I just want to have fun. We're trying to have an awesome environment around here, high with vibes, high with energy, and we just need to get the wheels rolling around here. So I would really like to maybe have you call me personally. You can reach me on my cell phone at 337-438-8274, and just give me a call and see if maybe we can fit you in sometime this week or next week. It doesn't matter if you don't have experience. You don't have to have experience. I'm just looking for some individuals who want to be sharks, not tadpoles. So if you're a shark, you need to give me a call or message me, because I like sharks. That's just the type of person I am. You got to have you got to be enthusiastic. You got to have high energy, laughing, just all around perfect person, good person, a person that people like to hang around with and be with and can laugh and joke. And there's even opportunities of other positions that will eventually be opening. We also have some other programs that we are soon going to start. For instance, our Sports Talk Boss Show. That's in the works. We've also been talking about putting together a technology and innovation show. So that's pretty cool too for all of you IT people. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff going on, and would love to bring more people in to just, kind of socialize with us and help out. I'm only one person. I can only wear so many hats. My hat's already as high as Dr. Seuss's book hat. With that being said, just give us a call, reach out. And, I think with that being said, I don't know if I have any more else or anything else. I think that's about it. But definitely get a hold of Jasenia at Smart Device Angel. She's given all her contact information. If maybe you missed the first part. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Ivan. If you missed the first part of the show, she's put together a new company, and you can get any information in regards to maybe training or for the baby boomers who aren't technically inclined with smart devices. You can go to smartdeviceangel.com. You can find her on Facebook, on Instagram. You can also go back and view the segment that is getting ready to, be live recorded right now on our social streaming. So be sure to contact her. She's doing something awesome and great, and she's here to help. Like she said, she wants to just educate and bring awareness to people. She has the ability to do webinars, things like that. If you're too far, if you're in maybe the Woodlands or local Montgomery County, Tri-County area, she can maybe schedule a meet for you to come in. Hopefully she can give you some kind of consulting and help you figure out your device, because they're changing every 6 months. I hate to update mine all the time, and so maybe she can help you with that better than I can. So with that being said, I think we're at the end of our show, so y'all have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see y'all tomorrow. I think we have another guest from a home health care company in tomorrow. I believe his name is Scott Pace. So y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. See ya.